It's community driven. Communities are putting the money into it to make it happen.
Stepping up, how city leaders and community members are helping out a local community college's business program.
Plus, not looking forward, why some Iowa lawmakers are proposing to get rid of front license plates, but why some believe they are doing it for the wrong reason.
Live from WQAD, this is News 8's Good Morning Quad Cities.
Good morning, welcome. It is Wednesday, March 2nd. I'm Julie Sisk.
And I'm Jonathan Ketz. Thanks for joining us. Let's get the latest check of the forecast right now with meteorologist Kelsey Woodard. We are expecting a round of snow to come into the Quad City area, right?
Yeah, we're going to see some of that snowfall later on tonight, but now we're seeing clear skies, plenty of sunshine out there, though very cold temperatures still sitting in the teens, 15 degrees in Moline. Winds moving in very lightly, and that's pretty much what we'll see as we head throughout your afternoon today. But sitting in the even lower teens, Burlington, Clinton, 11 degrees for you. Galesburg sitting at 13 degrees, though wind chills feeling like the single digits in most areas this morning. As we head throughout your afternoon, we'll be warming up into the upper 30s to low 40s. Partly cloudy skies for your afternoon, and then the clouds build in, and that's what's going to bring our next round of snowfall here in the Quad Cities. We're going to see it hang around as we head to Thursday morning. I'll let you know how much you can see in your hometown coming up.
Kelsey, thanks. New this morning, a family of 5 was able to escape after a fire erupted in their townhouse. It happened off of 51st Avenue in East Moline, east of Blackhawk College. It happened just before 11 o'clock last night. When crews arrived on the scene, flames were coming out from the upper part of the townhouse. They were able to get the fire out quickly. East Moline police say that 2 adults and 3 children were sleeping at the time and were woken up by the smoke detector. No one was hurt. An investigation into what caused the fire is ongoing.
An arrest has been made in the shooting of a Davenport teenager on Monday night. And we have new details on Good Morning Quad Cities. The incident happened just after 9 in the area of Clark Street and Central Park Avenue. When police arrived, they found a 17-year-old female lying in the street with a gunshot wound. She remains in critical condition this morning. Davenport police say a 15-year-old boy from Rock Island has been charged with attempted murder. Police continue to investigate what led up to the shooting.
It has been a relatively mild season for the snow so far.
This time last year, we saw nearly 40 inches of snow. This year, we've seen about 21. And News 8's Caroline Reinwald is live in Silvis to tell us how the lack of snow is impacting the annual budget. Caroline.
Julie, you can see what that lack of snowfall has done for the city of Silvis. Behind me are piles of salt sitting here in the Public Works Department lot unused. Now, the Public Works Director tells us that's saving them a lot of money. They have saved around $43,000 in salt and in overtime this season alone. They're also saving in street repairs and equipment management. With each snowfall, the plows and salt machines are out on the streets for days, and that tears up the roads and wears down on their equipment. Of course, the lack of work isn't always good news for everyone, especially those who count on the overtime that comes from the seasonal storms.
It impacts each guy's yearly wage, that's for sure, but you know, they come and go. There's years where we have dry years, and this has been one of them. And there's going to be years where we're going to go out like 30 to 40 times.
The Silvis Public Works Director tells us that all of the savings in salt and in overtime are going to go back into their general fund at the end of the year. Back to you, John and Julie.
Saving some more money. Caroline, thank you. Silvis isn't the only city seeing savings. On the other side of the river in Iowa, Davenport has saved about $100,000 in overtime compared to last season.
Well, the budget stalemate in Illinois could affect taxpayers in Canton, Illinois.
If we have to get a loan, it affects our citizens, taxes, it affects our ability to pay our bills, from the city of Canton, which in turn trickles down and affects the citizens of Canton as well.
The state owes the city $650,000 for the Illinois River Correctional Facility. Right now, the facility has water and sewer bills that are behind in payments. City leaders say it may be unavoidable, but they may be forced to raise taxes, although they don't know how much if they do pursue a loan.
Sauk Valley Community College has unveiled a new program that will help create jobs during the budget stalemate in Illinois. The Center for Small Business Development is open at the Dixon campus and will help both new and existing businesses. Students in the program say they grew up as hundreds of jobs vanished from their town, and now they want to step up and reinvent the region. Local leaders in towns are stepping up to support the project.
The banks came together, the economic development groups came together, the cities, the counties, all came together and helped fund this.
The center is waiting on more than $180,000 in state and federal funding. It remains tied up in the Illinois budget stalemate.
Well, the Iowa House is considering a bill that would require only rear license plates on vehicles. But some lawmakers say getting rid of those plates are getting rid of them for the wrong reason.
If you take one plate away, that's 50% less opportunity to be able to identify that car.
Millions and millions of dollars are spent developing these beautiful cars, and then you basically ruin it by sticking an ugly front plate on it.
Police say having both sets of plates is not meant to be a cosmetic enhancement, but a tool to aid in criminal investigations. Others say having the front plate could ruin the performance of the car. Iowa Department of Transportation says the license plate change would save the state about $500,000 each year. An Iowa State audit says that the management of millions of dollars in collected money annually to run the state's 911 system needs some dramatic improvements. Auditors found many counties either underreported or overreported costs by thousands of dollars. Overall, the audit revealed more than $120 million spent each year to run over 100 emergency dispatch centers in the 99 counties. A spokesperson for Iowa's Emergency Management Agency says the audit will help counties improve their reporting.
May not feel like spring this morning, but a Dubuque County commercial syrup producer says that spring has come early. Brian Wolf and his family run Big Timber Syrup near Bankston, Iowa. And Wolf says that the recent warm daily temperatures compared with the freezing overnight temperatures means the trees in that area are rapidly producing syrup. Good for business. Even yesterday's batch of snow was helpful in the process.
We're probably about 3 weeks ahead of schedule, actually. The weather has changed so fast, and we had to hurry it up a little bit because we weren't expecting this.
Says that last year they didn't even start the production process until March 10th. The company says that they have already produced 200 gallons of maple syrup this season.
Good Morning Quad Cities traffic is sponsored by your local Jewel Osco.
Making us hungry for a plate full of pancakes.
Sorry, Jules.
All that syrup. Well, we want to take a look at the travel conditions out there this morning for Total Travel. And right now we're looking live at I-74 in Davenport at the 53rd Street overpass. You can see traffic looking good. No problems so far. We'll give you another live look in 15 minutes.
And still ahead right here on Good Morning Quad Cities Super Tuesday surprise, where the Republicans and Democratic presidential candidates came out on top in 12 states.
And lucky to be alive, how a woman was able to survive outside in an EF3 tornado last week.
And we are seeing warmer temperatures that will be approaching as we finish up your work week into next week. That's when we could even see the 60s. Feeling more like spring. I'll let you know how long the 60s will hang around coming up.
You're watching Good Morning Quad Cities on WQAD News 8 with Jonathan Katz and Julie Sisk.